Stop for a moment. Think about that exhausting, soul-crushing feeling of chasing someone. The constant texting, the overthinking, the desperate wait for a reply that feels like it validates your entire existence. Sound familiar? Most of us were taught this is just how the game is played. We believe that to win a woman's affection, you must pursue her relentlessly, proving your worth at every single turn. But what if I told you that entire strategy is garbage? What if the very act of chasing is what's getting you rejected? The truth is, the men who have that quiet, magnetic power with women, the kind of men who are respected, desired, and chosen, they never chase. They don't have to. They've mastered an ancient philosophy that turns them into the prize, the center of their own universe, and makes them irresistibly attractive. This isn't about playing games or using cheap manipulation. This is about becoming a man of unshakable inner value. Today, we unlock the secrets of the Stoic man. 1. The futility of the chase. Let's be honest, the whole dynamic of chasing is broken. When you chase, you're sending a simple yet devastating message. Your validation is more important than my own self-respect. You immediately put her on a pedestal and yourself 2 steps below, creating a power imbalance that just kills attraction. From a psychological standpoint, it's a no-brainer. We're drawn to things that have high value, and value is signaled by scarcity and self-sufficiency. A man who's always available, constantly fishing for approval, and emotionally bouncing around based on her mood. That signals neediness, not strength. He's common, not rare. This needy behavior is a natural filter for women to screen out weaker men. When a woman feels a man is trying to get something from her, whether it's validation, happiness, or a sense of purpose, her defenses go up. She can sense he isn't whole on his own. The chase becomes a test, and it's a test you're set up to fail. The Stoics figured this out thousands of years ago, not in dating, but in life itself. The philosopher Epictetus taught that our suffering comes from desiring things we can't control. You can't control if someone likes you back. You can't control her moods, her past, or her final decision. The second you place your happiness in her hands, you become her slave. The Stoic, however, is a master of his own mind. He focuses only on what he can control: his thoughts, his actions, and his character. And in that self-mastery, he finds a power that is far more compelling than any desperate chase. This is the shift from chasing to attracting. 2. The 5 Stoic secrets to magnetic attraction. So, how do you make this shift? It starts by building 5 ancient Stoic secrets into the very core of who you are. These aren't tricks. They are the principles of a life well lived. Secret 1. Master your inner citadel, emotional control. First things first, emotional mastery. A Stoic man is the rock in the storm, the calm lake in a chaotic world. This doesn't mean he's a robot who suppresses his emotions. It means he isn't ruled by them. When a woman tests him, ghosts him, or is just in a bad mood, he doesn't fly off the handle with anger, anxiety, or neediness. He sees the situation for what it is, an external event, totally separate from his inner peace. This emotional control is incredibly attractive because it screams strength and reliability. A woman feels safe with a man who isn't easily rattled. She knows he's grounded and won't fall apart at the first sign of trouble. To build this, practice pausing before you react. When you feel that emotional surge, just breathe. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If it's not, let it go. Journaling is another great Stoic practice to process your feelings and strengthen your own rational mind. By mastering your inner world, you become a source of stability, and people can't help but be drawn to that. Secret 2. Build a life of purpose. A man without a purpose is like a ship without a rudder. He just drifts, pulled around by the currents of other people's approval. Chasing women becomes his mission because he doesn't have a bigger one for himself. A Stoic man, on the other hand, is obsessed with his purpose. Whether it's his career, his creative passion, a fitness goal, or making a difference in his community, his mission comes first. This is magnetic for two big reasons. First, it shows that his time and attention are valuable. He's not just sitting by the phone waiting for a text. He's busy building his empire. His attention is scarce, and we all know scarcity creates value. Second, a man on a mission gives off a powerful, focused energy. He's disciplined and driven. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are chasing excellence and creating a meaningful life. They want to be part of that journey. As the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Stop telling women you're a man of value and start showing them by building a life that proves it. Your purpose should be the main event. A relationship is just a fantastic addition to it, not the whole show." Secret 3. The power of Stoic silence and restraint. In a world that never shuts up, silence is a superpower. Most guys, out of nervousness or trying too hard to impress, just talk too much. They over-explain, lay on the compliments too thick, and basically talk their way out of any attraction. A Stoic man gets the power of holding back. He's comfortable with silence, knowing it creates the space for real tension and intrigue to grow. His confidence isn't loud, it's in his posture, his steady eye contact, and his deliberate, unhurried movements. He doesn't need to announce his worth. He just is. And when he does speak, his words matter because he doesn't waste them. This makes people lean in and listen. This restraint goes for his actions too. Instead of jumping to pursue any woman he finds attractive, he observes. He's figuring out if her character and values even line up with his. This selectiveness shows he has high standards and that he's the one choosing, not the other way around. He's not just looking for a pretty face, he's looking for a woman of substance. By being selective with your words and your attention, you silently prove you're a high-value man who doesn't give his energy away to just anyone. Secret 4. Become the prize, self-value and scarcity. The guy who chases thinks from a place of scarcity. He believes he's not enough and needs a woman to complete him. The Stoic man operates from a place of abundance. He knows he's already whole. He is the prize. This isn't arrogance. It's deep self-respect built on the other secrets. He's mastered his emotions. He's on his mission, and he values his own time. This mindset naturally triggers the psychological principle of scarcity. People want what they can't easily have. When a man isn't desperate for a woman's approval or bending over backward to please her, he becomes a challenge. She starts asking herself, why isn't he trying to impress me like every other guy? That curiosity, that's the seed of genuine attraction. Living this principle means you set and enforce boundaries. You don't compromise your values or your mission for anyone. You must be willing to walk away from anyone or anything that disrespects you or doesn't align with who you are. That willingness to lose her is exactly what makes you so powerful and attractive. It shows that your self-worth comes from inside, not from her approval. You must fill your own cup first. Only then can you share what you have with others. Secret 5. The art of the invitation. Let her come to you. This last secret is a small but powerful shift in how you act. Not chasing doesn't mean being passive, it means leading without pulling. The goal isn't to pursue, but to create an opportunity for her to step into your world. This is the art of the invitation. A chaser says, "Please, please come into my world." He's practically begging for her time. A Stoic man who has already built a life of value and purpose simply opens the door and invites her in. He'll say something like, "I'm going to this cool art exhibit on Thursday. I'd like you to join me." See the difference? It's confident, direct, and clear. It's not a plea. It assumes his life is already interesting and that she'd be lucky to join. There's no pressure, and he's not attached to the outcome. If she says yes, great. If she says no, his life and mission go on. No big deal. The key is to create the space for her to invest too. Let her text you first sometimes. Let her feel your absence so she can appreciate your presence. Attraction grows when both people are putting in the effort. By not chasing, you give her the room and the desire to make that investment. You lead the dance, but you let her take the steps toward you. Ultimately, having power over a woman was never about control or manipulation. True power, Stoic power, is power over yourself. It's the power that comes from emotional discipline, a clear purpose, and the deep, solid belief that you are enough. When you stop chasing validation from the outside world and start building value from within, the entire game of attraction changes. You no longer seek attention, you command it just by being you. Women aren't drawn to the man who chases them, they're drawn to the man who is chasing excellence within himself. Embrace these principles, build your inner citadel, and watch as the world and the people in it are naturally drawn to you. These 5 secrets aren't a quick checklist you can finish by the weekend. They're a lifelong practice for a man committed to being his best self. This is the Stoic path. If you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, to build a life of quiet confidence and unshakable strength, then subscribe to this channel. We're dedicated to exploring this timeless wisdom to help you become the man you were always meant to be.